Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome newcomers. I hope you guys enjoy the channel, the tutorials, and become part of this journey with me, with us, one big family. If you have not subscribed yet, I ask you please to do so to help out the channel, and also give a thumbs up on the video. It's extremely important for us creators. My threads are Portugal brands. I am in Europe. These are 4-ply, similar to Aunt Lydia number 3, a little bit thinner. My colors go by number and not by name. Example, like this green, color number 23, color number 30, and color number 40. Now I get questioned a lot, or receive a lot of emails asking about my threads. I do ship it out. They're $12 a ball. They're 100 grams, equivalent to 325 yards. This is a minimum order of 6 in order to cover the shipping cost, because that's just horrendous how the shipping cost is out here. I make nothing out of it, gain nothing out of it. It's more for you guys to enjoy these beautiful colors, because a lot of you love the mixed colors, especially that I do get them out here, which I can't find any around now. But anyway, so, you know, like in the pinks or in the blues, or I'm trying to find other ones, into the brown and Tiffany blue. Anyway, there's all kinds. So if you want to order, you can always go through my email. It's below in the description box. I also like to mention I do have a Facebook crochet group, private group, because a lot of scammers out there with the cuts and bits links. You should not open those links no matter which group you're in. They're fraud. And you must have a profile pic in order to be a member in my crochet group, because we don't want scammers in. So I also do have a crochet page you can follow. You can always get a hold of me through there, or through Instagram or TikTok. All of the links are below in the description box. Very easy, just click and join. So, and for the most part I use 2.7 hooks, sometimes a 3, depending upon the project that I'm using. Of course, we always need a small one to tuck in loose ends, and a pair of scissors. Thank you so much, everybody, for your kind words and your suggestions, your opinions, and your requests. I try to fill everybody's requests as much as I can. If you do have questions and I'm delayed answering, it's because of my time zone is different. But I do answer to everybody. God bless all of you, and enjoy the tutorial. So this runner is multiples of 4. So that means you can go the length you want by increasing by 4s or decreasing by 4s. Okay. Now, I'm using a 3-ply just to start this first line. So a 3 hook. We don't want a tight tension on this first chain stitch, because then it will curve. A lot of people make that mistake. I always go a hook size bigger and then come back to my normal size once I've completed the chain stitch, or the amounts that I want for the chain stitch. I'm going to do 144 chain stitch and then come back to you with my normal 2.7 hook. Okay. So I've done my 144 chain stitch, and like I've mentioned, you can increase by 4s or decrease if you want to go smaller. So I'm coming back in now with my normal hook, and I'm going to go into my 5th chain. 1, 2, 3, 4 on my 5th, and do double crochet. Okay, so we're just going to work now with the normal hook, and you'll see we'll have a nice straight line. So now I'm going to do groups of 3 double crochet. So we have 1 double crochet that will be at the edge here, And I didn't want to go into the 6th or the 7th chain because I don't want a big gap there. I'm going to do 1 chain, skip a stitch, and into the next one. And make sure you grab that right in the center, so basically leaving you that 1 chain in the bottom. And on the top, you'll see those 2 chains. That's another trick also, not to have your pattern fold like a U shape. A lot of people make that mistake of grabbing that top loop on the chain, and that will turn into a U shape. Okay, we want to have a nice straight line. So 1 chain, skip a stitch into the next one. You can make beautiful small doilies out of it, oval doilies, by decreasing, of course. Okay, so we're going to do these little blocks all the way to the end, skipping 1 stitch, going into the next groups of 3 double crochets. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end of my row. Okay, everyone, so I've completed all my little groups of 3 double crochet. I have 35 groups of 3 double crochet, always skipping a stitch and 1 chain. Now I'm going to do my last, remember we started only with that double crochet here at the beginning, and I said I didn't want a big gap on it. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 chain. I'm going to come in and close it in with slip stitch, okay? Now, I'm going to do slip stitch all the way to that first space we have, where we have that 1 chain. And we're going to start working from there. So I'm trying to hide this little thread as I go. And coming in the center of that 1 chain space, try to hide this a little bit more. I know I could always do it afterwards, but you know what? Sometimes it's easier doing it this way as it's already going into the stitches. But you can do whatever way you want it to hide your thread. Okay, so I'm coming in that 1 chain and I'm going to do a single, 2 chains. So I'm starting to create again my little groups of 3 double crochet. Okay, like that, 1 chain, and continue to do those groups again until the end, just before the oval part, because that will be, this 1 chain here will be the oval part. So 1 chain into the next 1 chain space, create your groups of 3 double crochet. Many of you have seen me create many times this base for many patterns, different patterns. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so pretty much completed this side. Now I'm getting into the corner, so I'm doing 1 chain, coming in where I have that 1 chain or 1 double crochet in the corner, or those chains as if you want to call it. 1 chain, back in that same oval corner, double crochet, 1 chain, back in, double crochet, 1 chain, and again. So we're going to do this 7 times. So we should have 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more. 7 double crochets, and that's going to be the same thing on this side. Okay, on inside of that oval double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you repeat again. 1 chain going into the next 1 chain space and doing the groups of 3 double crochet. Now, if you use macrame, you could also do a rug for this. I was going to do a rug, and I might still do a rug, but I want to have matching colors with this runner. So I don't have the 6-ply royal blue at this point. So once I order it, then I'm going to do the exact same pattern, but in a 6-ply for a rug, okay? An oval long rug, almost like a runner rug, okay? So we're going to repeat the same thing once we get to the other corner, and then I'll meet you back there again. Okay, everyone, so pretty much finished my row. Done my 7 double crochets on this side, 1 chain space in between them, 1 chain and closed in that second chain. Remember, we went up single 2 chain. I don't know how you went up, but anyway, you close it there. Then I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 for double crochet, and again 1 for space in between. So building those groups of 3 double crochets again. Obviously here it's like creating that little block and repeating again the groups of 3 double crochet and 1 chain space in between. I'll meet you at the corner because this is just a repeat now. Only the corners will be different, forming the oval. Okay, everyone, so I've reached the end, did my last 3 double crochet groups on my last space here. Now we're entering the 1 double crochet. So I'm going to do 1 chain, coming in that first 1 chain space, doing this time on the oval 2 double crochet groups only. 1 chain into the next one, 2 double crochets. And of course you have to repeat the same thing on the other side. 1 chain, 2 double crochets, 1 chain, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 groups of 2 double crochet, 1 chain space. Now I'm coming back to the normal 3 double crochet groups. And 1 chain space between them. Okay, so repeat the same thing on the other side, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I'm closing in. Remember we did that 4 chain to begin with, so the 3 is the double crochet. So inside of the space, did 2 double crochet, and now to complete the 3, slip stitch, coming in that first space with single 2 chain, creating those 3 double crochet groups again, all the way around, including on the 1 chain space at the oval. We're doing 3 double crochets on this row. 1, 2, 3, going into row 4. Okay, so very simple. 3 double crochets all the way around, 1 chain space in between the double crochets. That's including the oval also. 3, 3, 1 chain in between. I'll meet you at the end of row 4. Okay, everyone, so finished row 4. Close in with slip stitch. I'm going to do that 4 chain again, 2, 3, 4, 3 for double crochet. So when we come around, we'll complete the other group, and 1 chain for space, continuing to do the 3 double crochet groups until the oval, and then it's going to change again on the oval. So I'll meet you at the oval. This is row 5. Okay, everyone, so entering the oval. Now, if you see here, this is where it starts, the oval, where we have the 2 double crochets. Okay, so 1 chain, and we're going to do a little shell of 2 double crochet, 1 chain, and 2 more double crochet in the same stitch. And that's right over where we have the 2 double crochets down here. Okay, 1 chain, shell again. So on the oval, it will be shells, 1 chain, 2 double crochet, 1 chain, and again, shell of 2 double crochet, 1 chain, 2 double crochet. One chain, and repeat. So we also end on top of the 2 double crochets with the shell. So you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shells, 1 chain, and continue to do your groups of 3 double crochet. You repeat the same thing on the next oval. I'll meet you at the end of my row. Okay, everyone. So pretty much finished my row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So going into row 6. Now row 6, we're going to start to combine or mix colors. Okay, so we've closed this here. And we have to always work with the 2 colors. Okay. So I'm going to come in, doing my single, my 2 chain. Now, on this 3rd double crochet, I'm not closing it yet, okay, because I'm going to add my new color, which will be the white. So you want to bend. I'm going to pull through like that. Now, it's always harder at the beginning because we're not used to it. But once you get used to it, you'll have more control of the thread. Okay, so now I have the blue one underneath also. I'm just going to do a 1 chain with the white, and I passed over that blue so we can go ahead and cover that blue. I'm just going to move the excess of this white one, then I'll tuck in at the end. Okay, now drag this down here to the next block because we're going to do the block, and we don't want to pull on it, so just make sure you give it a loosage, not too much of a loosage, but enough loosage like the size of a double crochet. And again, doing those 3, not closing the last one. Now, of course, we've been dragging this blue with us, so slip stitch and go under that thread, or else it's, you know, okay. So now, again, I'm going to do, so we did the 1 chain. I'm coming over to the next one and doing, then we could always adjust by pulling on the white here and doing my group of 3. Takes patience, okay? So we don't complete. Drop the blue, come in with the white, slip stitch, go under that thread of the blue and 1 chain, okay? Then coming into the next one again. So we're always alternating the blue and the white, not closing the last one. Coming in, and now I'm going to pull that blue, and I'm going to go under this white and do 1 chain. Making myself a knot here with my threads because I should have them separated. One in one corner and the other one on the next corner, so I don't have to have knots going on here. Okay, so I've done my 1 chain. So just going to drag that white So I'm going to drag the white along. I don't know why I did this way, but anyway. Sometimes I confuse myself, people, I'm telling you. So, done my 1 chain. Going to come in again. And we could always pull on, I need to go under that white. We don't want that white to be sticking up. Okay. So, again. 1, 2, and not closing completely, and then slip stitch with the white, sometimes, you know, takes a little bit longer before you get the hang of it, but you will. So slip stitch, then I'm going to go under the white, the blue here, and do 1 chain, bringing that down. And coming in and doing my double crochets with the white, leaving it again, coming in with this blue I don't know why I tighten my stitch all the time so much, but anyway. And slip stitch again. So we're always alternating the blue, white, blue, white, blue, white. And then coming in again into the next one. And doing the 3 double crochets, not closing the last one. Dropping that blue, going under that blue, slip stitch, and then coming in and doing my double crochets. Dragging that blue with me. Okay. And then closing in, slip stitch, go under or put that white one under and slip stitch. So that's your 1 chain. And then coming in and just dragging that white. You could always pull on it afterwards. Okay. Slip stitch, drop the blue. Go under the blue, slip stitch into the next one. And then do your, I think I went over with this one. Can't go over. We don't want it to be showing. I'm going to do it this way. It's easier to pull on it, right? And hide it. So this is how it's going to be. Reminder that also in the corners will be, the oval part will be the same way, okay? So now we're going to close in. I don't want these stitches too loose. So I gotta pull a little bit on the white one. So go under that white. And then just drag it with you. Okay, so now I'm dropping. Putting that in the front, I think it makes it easier for us not to have the knots, okay? Going under that blue again, 1 chain, and then drag it. Okay, then again, just going to pull my thread here. Blue, go under that white, 1 chain, and then just bring it down. Now, we're going to drop the blue and go in with the white. Grab that blue, go under the blue, 1 chain, and then drag again that blue into the next one. Again, slip stitch, 1 chain, and drag. We have to drag over, not this way. Okay, so I can tell already that I didn't go under because my thread is still down here and it's not supposed to be down here. So to do that 1 chain, go under that white, makes it easier to bring it out this way, right? Like I said, sometimes it's just a matter of practice a bit until you get the hang of it, and then you'll be okay. Under that blue, so we can bring that blue up, and then coming in not under, so gotta go this way and make sure that that stays under. And then slip stitch, go under the white and drag it into the next one. See, some of them just go so easy. I think it's just a question of us getting used to and not confusing ourselves. Okay, so I'm going to continue mine and then I'll meet you at the end. Then I have to go under, put that blue under. One chain. Takes a bit of practice, but it's a beautiful pattern. At the end, you'll be happy that you created it. Just pull onto that string, get that white going with you. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end of my row. Okay, everyone, so pretty much finished my mixture of colors here. Now I've cut the blue out here on my last one because the next row we're going to use only the white. So I'm closing it in with slip stitch. I just left it here so I can just tuck in the loose ends. Okay, so pretty much finished all these little blocks. Now this next row, which is row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, going into row 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, going into row 7. Sorry. So I've closed in with slip stitch, and I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, and 4. 3 for double crochet. Just pull this up a little bit more, and 1 for space. So I'm going to come into that first one of the double crochet on the white. Actually, no, not there. I don't know what I was thinking. Coming in that chain, we're creating the groups of 3 double crochet again. And I'm going to try to tuck in this white one as I go. So 3 double crochet, 1 chain, and then coming in to the next, little block here, into the next block, creating those 3 double crochets, 1 chain into the next block, 1, 2, and 3. This is pretty much going to be like this all the way around, just creating those little blocks of 3 double crochet, 1 chain space, and then the next row I'm coming in and mixing colors again, which is the last row of mixing color for this motif. Okay, so going into that 1 chain space and doing the little blocks of 3 double crochet. When we come back here to this one, we'll complete 2 more inside of this space so we can close a little block here as we've been doing with the other ones. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end of my row. Okay, everyone, so basically I've done the 2 double crochets that were missing from the very first. Remember we did the 4 chain, right? So I'm not I'm going to close it together here like that. Now, so I have the mixed orange, and we're going to alternate colors again. So closing that in. Okay, I want to make sure that this is well set in because we don't want it to come apart. Okay, this way. I'm going to come in and I'm going to do a single, and then coming in with my, oh goodness. So I'm going to come in with that mixed. Oh, dogs must be seeing something. They're going crazy. Pull in well on the white here. Okay, and we need to drag this down with us. Okay, so I'm going to do so we did a single, and I'm going to do the 2 chains. I did 1 chain and 2 chain. Coming back in, doing the 3 double crochets, remembering that now we're going to alternate. So I'm going to bring this one down and going through with the white. Okay, and then going under that orange, 1 chain, and then coming in and doing the 3 double crochets as we've been doing. So you can adjust your thread, and then again over, so I'm going to grab my orange, coming under that white with slip stitch, so it's like doing 1 chain, and then doing again the 3 double crochets, coming in with that white again, dropping the orange, coming under, one chain, and again doing my groups of 3, and always pulling on that orange to adjust, coming from, like we did down here. You barely cannot see the mixture that we did, right? So I'm going to continue to do that all the way around, then come back to you at the end. So we're just repeating now what we've done. And then, of course, dropping the orange, coming in with the white, coming under that orange, one chain, and then into the next one. So I basically will meet you at the end of my row once I've completed. Doing that one chain and just keep pulling on that thread. Okay. Okay, everyone, so I've closed in, and I've also cut in my orange thread out, because now we're just going to close this motif, and we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 chain like we did. So we're basically doing what we did with the previous one down here, if you recall, and doing, so I'll complete my group once I come around to it. One chain. Now this one here on the oval, there's going to be 4 double crochets and not 3. Okay, so if you want to put, so these ones are with 3, I believe it's 34 if I'm not mistaken, groups. Okay, but I will confirm with you. But anyway, once we get here where we have that first shell that we did, it will be on this direction that we will be doing. So we have this first shell of the 2 double crochet. So I'm coming here, okay? Because if we follow the direction, we can't go straight up. I mean, we can, but I'm going to count to make sure how many of these groups before you get into that group. Okay? Okay, everyone. So from where we started, right here, okay, so basically is the one right after the group, the last group we did of the shell. So if you go up, we started right here, okay? So we have a block, and right next to that block, I have to complete the 2 double crochets when I come around. So that would count as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, and 35. Okay, so we'll have to do 35 little blocks. So it's no different than on this side. We have that first block here. If we go up, we have that space, and right on top, or actually I should say right on top of that first blockage, we start with 4 double crochets. We're going to do 12 times 4 double crochets. That's our increase. So 1 chain into the next one and do 4 double crochets. So we're going to count 12 times, and we'll have to do the same thing on the other side. We'll have to do the 35 groups of 3 and then 12 groups of 4. Okay. Okay, everyone. So just to show you very quick. So we started here with that 1 double crochet. Now I've just completed the 2 at the end. I've done 35 groups of 3. After doing the 35 groups of 3, I've started 12 groups of 4. Okay, so I have 12 groups of 4 double crochet. And then after my 12th group, I start back 35 groups of 3. And once I've completed the 35 groups of 3, I started the 12 groups of double crochet, and it comes perfectly at the right amount, because after my 12 it falls into the 2 double crochet that I was missing. Okay, everyone, so coming back in now with the blue, we're going to mix again so we can complete the design here. So I'm going to come in and do single 2 chain, and we're going to mix the same way as we did before. So on my 3rd double crochet, I'm going to come in with the blue and close it up over here. Okay, I'm going to go under slip stitch, so it's like doing a chain and then bringing it down into the next one. Of course, we could always pull on that string, and doing the 3 double crochets again. On the 3rd one, we don't close it in, so I'm going to grab the white. I'm going to come under that blue, slip stitch, or 1 chain if you want to call it, and then stretch your thread a bit to the same size as the double crochets, changing the color again. Under that white, slip stitch, and coming in, and doing the 3 double crochets again. Leave it incomplete, close in with slip stitch, go under that blue, slip stitch into the next one, and then just pull the thread on the blue so it's not too loose, or else it's not going to look pretty. Okay, going under that weight, stretching, and complete again. And so we're going to be doing 4 double crochets at the oval. So as soon as we get to the oval, I'll come back to you on it. Okay, so we started with 4 over here. So basically we're going to go 1 over to do the 4 double crochets. Okay, 1 over here, but I'll meet you there. And we are going to do 11 groups of 4. Okay, everyone. So I reached the point where I had to do my increase, and that's right after on the first increase we've done here with the 4 double crochets. So 4 double crochets 11 times. Okay, and so that means I have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Okay, so 35 with 3 double crochet, and then you continue on with 4. We're going to do it 11 times. Okay. So I'm going to continue mine and then meet you at the end once I've completed. Okay. Looking pretty. Okay, everyone, so I pretty much finished my row all the way around. I've cut in my white thread and I'm going to work only with the blue. I've already tucked in the loose ends with the white and the orange. So close in with slip stitch. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 double crochet, 3 chain for double crochet, 1 chain for space in between. We're going to build those groups of 3 double crochet all the way to the oval, and then at the oval we're going to have an increase, of course. Okay, now I'm going to continue until the oval and tell you how many little blocks I have of 3 double crochet before the increase. Don't forget, this is part of the straight line here, so when I come back to it I still have to add 2 more double crochet to create a group. So that would be my first group, then 2, 3, and I'll let you know how many I have done before we get into the oval and we have increases to do. Okay, everyone. Okay, everybody, so I have a total, or I'm going to do a total. I have 35 so far and 36 groups of 3 double crochet. I thought it was going to be 35, but it's not. It's 36. 1 chain and then your shell. 2 double crochet, 1 chain, 2 double crochet. We're going to do these shells 11 times on both ovals. So on the sides it's 36 groups of 3, and then the oval 11 groups of shells, like that. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I pretty much finished my row. Just a reminder that when we started, so I've closed in, did my last 2 double crochets. Remember, we did that 4 chain. In order to have the 36, because starting from here as we started would only give you 35 groups before you can start your shell. So to have the 36, you must do another group right after your 11th shell on the oval to complete. Okay, once you do your 11 shells on this side, then you automatically create your 36 groups and then do your shells. Okay, just a little reminder. All right, so now I'm going to come in and do single, 2 chain, create those groups again. We are going to have 2 rows of just groups of 3 double crochet. Okay, I might even on the next row probably go into a lighter shade of blue. Not sure yet, but that's probably what I'm going to do, just to break up the blue a bit and go into a lighter shade. So for the next 2 rows, we're going to do this row and the next one, just blocks of 3 double crochet, including in the oval. So that means you're going to have to do a block here, a block inside of the V, a block in the next one, chain space, a block in the V, 2 more rows, this row and the next one. And I'll meet you at the end of the next row. Okay, everyone, so pretty much finished my 2 rows that I mentioned that I was going to do. So if you look closely, we have from where we started just the blue, we have 1, 2, 3 rows. If you want to count with the mixed blue down here, then we have 4 rows. Okay, so now we're going to do, I'm going to close this last one without doing a chain with a single. I'm going to come back inside into that center with a single, 1, 2, 3, 4 chain into the next space, 1, 2, 3, 4 chain into the next space. We're going to be doing 4 chain all the way around like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, into the next one with single. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're basically creating the foundation to finish the edging of the pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All the way around, including on the oval. Okay, so we're creating loops of 4 chain, going into each space with a single. Okay. Okay, everyone. So I finished all my loops. Now I'm coming in with the mixed orange. So I'm going to start, you can pretty much start anywhere, but I'm going to start on the same direction as I've been starting the groups, okay? So I'm going to come in and do single, 1 chain. That's my first double crochet, continuing to do a total of 9 double crochets. So 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Coming in directly into the next loop, single, 1, 2, 3, 4 chain into the next loop, single. So we have 1 loop of 4 chain, 1, 2, 3, 4 into the next one, and single. And then, so we have 2 groups of 4 chain. We go directly and create again this shell of 9 double crochets. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. directly again into the next loop with single. So it's always a repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Single. 1, 2, 3, 4. Single. And then directly again with 9 double crochets. So we're going to do this all the way around. We're almost completing the pattern. Nine into the next one. Single. 1, 2, 3, 4. Single. 1, 2, 3, 4. Single. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end once I've completed all the way around. Okay, everyone, so I pretty much finished my row. I'm going to come in now with the white. So I've cut my thread of the mixed orange. You can start pretty much anywhere. I'm going to come using back loops on the 9 double crochets, and I'm starting where I've closed off. Of course, my stitch is always very tight. So back loops, I'm doing single and 1, 2 for double crochet, 2 chain, and 1 more for space in between them. So again, just grabbing those back loops. Double crochet, 1 chain, back loops, double crochet. So I've done my 9 double crochets, exactly how we have down here. Going to go straight into the next loop with single, this time 3 chain. Into the next one, single. So we're ending up with 1 loop here in between the shells. Coming again using those back loops. Double crochet and just repeating the 9 double crochets and 1 chain space in between them. Okay, so very simple, nothing to it, and you'll have 1 loop of 3 chain in between. So, and then I'm cutting my thread and I'm going, well, I'll meet you at the end and we'll take it from there. Okay, everyone, so pretty much finished all the way around. I'm coming in again with the darker shade of blue, but I might add both blues as I go. I'm not sure yet, but anyway, the finishing is still the same, whatever color you use. It's not going to change anything. So I'm coming in between the first and the second space on the shell, or the first space of 1 chain between the 2 double crochets. I'm going to do a single 3 chain. So this is my first picot going into the next one. So this is all about picots. I'm coming behind that single. I like the picots to be done this way. A lot of you that follow me should know that by now. I prefer to do it this way. If you want to do your picots your normal way, then you can go ahead. Single, 1, 2, 3. Let me just check something here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5 chain. Coming back in. So this middle one is higher. Into the next one. Single, 1, 2, 3. Picot into the next one. 1, 2, and 3. Behind that single. So we have 3 peacocks on one side of 3 chain, the middle one of 5. If you want to go a little bit longer, you can do a 6 chain, and 3 peacocks on the other side. This last one here we don't do. Now I'm going to do a triple, as we call it. Of course, different countries, they call it different names, but you roll so twice on your hook. Now, right below here on the blue, okay, we have these 2 singles here. I'm going to come in and I'm going to do a triple, hold it there, roll again, and come in the next one. Take out 2, and now take all of them together. And then again, go into that first space of the, between the, actually the first space is not there. This is still part, thank God I looked. This is still part of that loop back there. So the first chain in between the first and second double crochet, okay? And then 1, 2, 3, peacock, and then again, single, 1, 2, 3, peacock. So you know you have 3 peacocks on each side of 3 chain. This middle one here, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain behind and peacock, and then continue on with the other 3 chains. This is a beautiful pattern. You guys can use any color you want. You can do it in the whites and the reds, or like the sunflower colors, the browns, the yellows, which is absolutely gorgeous also. And into my last one, we don't do any peacock. So yeah, 3 of 3 chain and 5 chain in the center. Again, roll twice on your hook, come below. So you have that loop there, okay? And right under, we have these 2 singles, okay? So you come in, hold it and complete, and then into the next one. And close it together. Go into that first space or between the first and second double crochet and continue on from there. And that's how it's going to look like. So you guys, I'll leave the measurements below in the description box. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much for being here. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up, share the video. If possible, sharing is caring. Thank you so much also for your donations. God bless you. Nancy McDonald, God bless you on every sense of the word. You've been such a help to this channel. It's unbelievable. And thank you to every single one of you. And I will see you in the next tutorial. Bye-bye, everyone.